All right. So we'd like to say a pleasant good evening to all of you out there, our many listeners. Good evening again, and welcome to another edition of conversation with the vision bearer of the Care Humanitarian Foundation and Communications Network. We are live today here on this radio, and it's a pleasure again being here as we are always ready and prepared to talk to you, Liberian people, to update you and talk to you about, present issues when it comes to health, education, sanitation, and then, agriculture and other essential issues in Liberia. Again, we'd like to say welcome wherever you are, however you listen. It's a pleasure being here. My name is Jefferson P. Weir, and I'm always here. And of course, James will join later on. And we are live this evening, and of course, the our CEO, Mr. Christopher Kier, is also here, and the general is also here with the kitchen. And today we've been talking on the phone, but we will bring in today our doctor, a health practitioner, a medical practitioner, to that effect. He will be here, and we will talk a lot about our health sector this evening. So, while the CEO and the general and our other panelists are getting set, we will play you our song. Especially this song is all about, it is a peace song. So we'll play this song while the CEO and the general is, they are all getting set. But you can start sharing the video, invite others, leave your comments as well, because today it promises to be very good. Eric Purvis is already following from the US. Eric has been a wonderful follower of the show, not just the show, but also all of our platforms here, especially the morning show. Eric Purvis has always been following us. Today we would look at the health sector, and we'll talk much about it. And there are lots of things we will talk about today. So why we, go about setting up, we want to just take this break, this musical break. We'll set it up while the CEO and the general, they are setting up already. Like I said, we'll bring on the doctor today. The doctor is in the studio. He's here, and we're going to elaborate much more on other things we've been talking about. Look how our health sector will go deep. We'll go deeper today. So be there again. My name is Jefferson Perry Weir, and of course, I'm here in studio in Monrovia. So be there. Let's take this break while we set up, while our CEO and the general are all getting prepared to come on.
This is Amazing Care Home Health Services. This is a home health agency. We send nurses and home health aides to patients' homes and take care of them, provide medical and non-medical services for them in their homes. So that's what we're doing. This is the office space where the high-end process is rendered.
Also the assisting admin at Amazing Care. I've been with this company since 2014 when we were making nothing. And we were literally in the basement of our apartment. This is how growth have brought us this far. 2-bedroom apartment, and we were literally using the basement and the garage space to carry on this business. And because of growth, We moved here on 2019, and we've been here since 2019 doing this. And God has been so faithful along the way, and we're still going strong. You can see this is the office of Amazing Care. We want to welcome the Care Network in here.
Okay, folks. So welcome back to the show this beautiful Sunday evening. Today is, as a matter of fact, today is the 16th day in the month of February, and the year is still 2025. And we're glad to be here, as always, to update you, to talk to you, the Liberian people. It is always necessary and important. We feel very much, obliged being here. We feel, pleased coming to you every now and then and talking to you about these things. When we don't come here and talk about them, we would not be doing, we feel that we're not doing justice to the Liberian people, right? So because the Liberian people, they deserve better. And so in as much as they deserve better, we must always come here to talk about these present issues. We must always come to talk about them. Like I said today, our guest is a medical practitioner, and of course, he has been in the medical field for a very long time. And today, he is here, and we will talk a lot about health. We've been talking behind the scene, but we'll talk about, a lot about this whole, health thing, how our health sector is from where we came, where we came from and where we are now. Mind you, the sector is challenged. There are many challenges, and today we will also share with you a story of a DEA practitioner, officer, in fact. And when I saw the video, I don't know whether the general also saw that video, but it's a very sad story, most especially when it has to do with our health sector. It's a sad story. So we'll talk about that. We'll have lots of things to talk about. So the general is there. I think he will soon come on. But the CEO is here. Our doctor, general, has joined us. And then we have Dr. Julius Proud. He is in studio today. And we will talk a lot, to inform the Liberian people. So to our viewers again, for those of you following us on Facebook and on YouTube, we urge you to invite others to share the video. Just share the video in various groups that you're part of, the social media groups. Those of you listening to us via the radio, we are live on Care Network, KEARNETWORK. It's a one word, Care Network. And then on YouTube, we are there at Care Communications Network. The same KEAR, then the Communications Network. You can follow, you can subscribe to our channel, and also, be a part of this conversation today. So let me cross over now to my bosses, as they are already here. The CEO, Mr. Christopher Kier, good evening from Liberia, and good afternoon to you there in the US, CEO.
Well, good evening, Jefferson. Good evening, Doctor in studio and the Liberian people. Thank you for the opportunity to inviting me on the show today.
Okay, how are you, CEO? How are you today? Today is Sunday.
I'm doing awesome. I'm doing great. It's raining on the side here, so we're indoor.
Oh wow, that's good. Today, after all the talking, though we've been on the phone with the doctor and what have you, Dr. Julius Proud is finally here today. And today we will not have, the internet challenge that we've been having, but he's here today.
Okay. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you for taking off your busy schedule to give us some insights of the Liberian health crisis.
Okay, it's my pleasure being
you want
with
to
you.
Adjust to the mic?
Okay,
Yeah.
It is my pleasure being with you, and very happy to be here today. I would like to introduce myself to the listening
Syrio,
audience
you getting him?
there.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, fair enough.
No, basically, I am referred to most often as a doctor, which of course I am not. I found myself reading biology and chemistry at the University of Liberia. Let me just give you a synopsis of how I emerged, first of all, in the health related field. And our convocation graduation, as is referred to, was in 2010. And when we went at SKD, the special guest of the convocation was the President of Excellency, Madam Eddie Johnson, who inspiration had led some of us in this field. You know, one thing she said during the graduation ceremony was when you enrolled at the university and you realize that the discipline you have studied at the university is not giving you permission to integrate into the larger society, you have an open ocean.
Hmm.
And so this inspirational thought took me on my way at Tottenham National Institute of Medical Art, where I did diagnostic imaging. And upon my graduation, I have practiced clinical medicine, working with a lot of clinics before I was fortunate to open my own clinic, Zimbabwe Beach Community Clinic. However, I re-prepared at Tottenham Graduate School with the ID 16237.
Wow.
And I mean, it's all intertwined with my dream as a medical healthcare provider. And so you can refer to me as a healthcare provider precisely, not a medical doctor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And it's good that you've made that clarity, because but in the setting, in our Liberian setting,
Yeah, yeah,
once
yeah,
you're a medical practitioner and you have a clinic, you know much about health. People, always call you doctor, doctor, doctor. Do you feel, somehow different when we refer to you as Dr. Julius, Dr. Proud?
Already, a lot of legal implication, litigation. Some may feel that, oh, he's fascinating, he's not a medical doctor, but I know.
Okay.
All I do, we all practice medicine and we provide care. But I should promote my field of study. I feel so proud when people call me by what I do.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
CEO, is that something you want to say to him before
No,
we?
I want to tell him thanks for being, for the honesty. That's all. But equally, so you still a medical
Care provider.
practitioner. So you may not be the medical doctor, but you're still a medical practitioner. So that can still be.
Sure.
Okay. All right. So the Dr. Julius is just used to me now. But let me just say that. So let's start. Let's begin with your clinic. You have a little clinic in Simple Bridge. You've been talking. Actually, people have not been getting you because of the internet, the break in. So let's begin with your clinic in Simple Bridge. How did you start with the whole clinic?
Basically, it's Simple Bridge Community Clinic. As you may see, it is located on Bruges Island in a little slum community called Simple Bridge, and specifically the community is called Zinkiam. They have a history of a lot of zinc courses on the Fullywood people live there, and so we open our facility there. We operate our facility on a patient pay basic, but it's so challenging that to see patients coming to equally pay their medical bill is a challenge situation. However, the discussion is broad.
Okay.
I would like for us to go directly to our code of discussion and the challenges face the health sector and narrow it down somehow to my clinic.
Okay. Fair enough.
So Dan, I got a quick question here to get the ball rolling. How does the admission process start in your clinic? How do you go about new patient that comes in your
Okay, basically we had an open index charting system where the patient walk into the facility. He or she is welcome by our registrar, and then you book your registration in our ledger by paying an affordable amount, and later on the registrar sent you to the screener. The screener screens you by question tagging your being there after your narrative clinical complaints. If the screener deem it necessary, they send you into the lab, and some other laboratory analyses are conducted by our qualified lab technician, and then back to the screener who's conclude and gave you your diagnosis. Then after you are sent to the pharmacy where billing is being tabulated, and then when you do payment, treatment commences. That's how we work at the Simple Bridge Community Clinic.
Okay.
All right. So let's say I'm a patient today. I walk into your clinic. I don't have the cash for treatment. I'm dying. What would be a piece of things for you saving my life?
Wow, that's the there where I wanted for us to dive to the supply chain scope.
Okay.
Dive to the supply chain scope. Back in the days, the Liberian Health Ministry used to have the supply chain system where by clinics in the surrounding used to receive frequent and constant life-saving supply material as well as medication. So once the patient walk into the facility and then you see the illness in the face of this patient, the government of Liberia provides you with testing kit. For instance, the RDT, government used to give it to every facility free of charge. The only thing we used to do was just fake your signature that you received this material from the government. And then a Liberian walk into your facility chilling with illness, and you have done the RDT and you realize that this patient is sick of malaria. We had a parcel of our government supply stuff. Once we have done with your RDT, we gave you perhaps the ACT supplied by the government, the PCM supplied by government, and then other essential drugs are withheld. Other essential drugs are withheld. The fact of the matter, you are diagnosed with malaria, and then you receive you have gone through your RDT test that prove that you are diagnosed with malaria. We gave you your ACT, we gave you your paracetamol, and then you can walk out with it without paying a dime. But it was before in the range of 2023, 2014, back there, it used to happen, but now we have a great challenge of patients coming in without funding. It's very difficult for us. However, we do consider some other patients. We give them care and the primary stuff. I just forgot. While coming, I had a promissory note that was written by one of my patients. Patient, blah blah blah. Do suddenly swear that I will pay this bill when I get my little thing.
A patient was telling you that? Made a promissory note to you?
I wanted to bring it in studio to display it, but unfortunately I did not come in. So, that's how we go about working with the community. There are other patients they can't afford. But because it is health, again, we have to supply them with whatever is available. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, see, you want to come in or I should?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So with all of these things you've explained, the challenges, especially when patient comes at the clinic, they walk in, how to do the payment structure and what have you. Today, like you said, I was at the clinic when we went to meet you. I met an unfortunate incident at the clinic, and when I interacted with this patient, what I heard from him was, if I asked, "Have you? Did they charge you?" He said, "Have you paid?" He said he did not have money to pay. I mean, the money was not only he didn't have the money to pay. He could only afford his registration. So now that he has told you that he does not have that money to pay, are you still going to treat him?
And so, like you saw him,
Hmm.
he was bleeding severely,
Yeah, I saw him full of
you
blood.
know, from the confrontation. And we had to do our work. We had to suture him because in our catchment area, we realize most often people die from starving. And so, whenever we have a bleeding patient, whether you pay our money or you don't pay our money, our
Hmm.
ultimate goal to save life.
Okay.
And the money issue we go after it later. You know. So we did the suturing. When we presented his bill, he said he never had money, that he would come to us the next day. And I had to prop up, joining you in studio. And I
Mhm.
left him with the other staff. I know he never had money, as he said. So those are some of the challenges we are faced with. Bless God that you were there and you saw it so
Mhm.
that somebody can I feel that we most often create scenario. No, we are not scenario maker. The actuality are there. No. So that's it. That's our country. We all have to contribute to most peaceful community.
Okay. All right. So let me welcome Mr. Andrew Kier. He's also a panelist of this platform. He's always here. Mr. Andrew, good evening from Liberia and good afternoon to you there. Welcome to the show today.
Ye- thank you, Jeff. Can you hear me well?
Yes, you're loud and clear, crystal clear.
Yeah, there was some interference in the back.
Okay. But you're good now. You're good. Welcome to the show today. How are you?
Okay, thank you. Let me first of all welcome our studio guests, and then I also want to welcome the vision bearer, Chris Kier, and is that doctor who's the doctor in the studio?
Yes, Juliet Proud always been talking to on the phone.
Oh, okay, I'm getting a feedback. Is like when you speak, it comes back with a double tone, and
Oh yeah,
yeah, that's
is that in studio or you have to
See you, you're
publish?
getting the feedback too?
No, I'm not.
So I think, Mr. Kier, I think you have to check because we're good here from this end.
Go
wow.
off and come back on,
Okay,
Andrew.
Yeah,
let me go on and come back.
yeah. Okay,
Okay.
so let's move in while we are waiting Mr. Andrew Kier to come back. Let's talk about our health sector. The last time you spoke a lot of things, and I mean you were getting some commendations, but people were not getting. You were making a lot of points when it comes to our health sector. Uh, let's look at basically Liberia now. Where are we? What is the status? What can you say about our health sector? You as a medical practitioner, Dr. Curious.
Okay.
Yeah,
Basically,
you want to speak to the mic so that the people
okay,
don't.
okay.
Yeah.
Basically, when I project the entire health sector
Mm-hmm.
setting of our country,
Mm.
there are three basic components I usually focus on.
Okay.
And most certainly for those of us that find ourselves in the private sector, we look at the financial support,
Mm.
you know, the the sponsorship of a health sector is not as easy as just owning a little table market out there. You have a whole lot of responsibility, such as, you know, maybe paying your staff, making sure that drugs are available on your counter or in your storage, and the maintenance of the building that you are occupying to carry on these services.
Okay.
Where do you get a loan from? How do you go about easing some of these financial challenges? And so, financing is a very great challenge when it comes to our health sector. Then we go to the second component that have to do with the infrastructure. The infrastructure, the building itself that carry on the services.
Mm.
During rainy season, sometimes you face challenges, leakages, getting your medical storage equipment such as the beds, instrument, laboratory equipment that go down to medical supply. Those things are just scarce on the Liberian market. And suppliers, sometimes when they get them in the country, the monitoring system as how they go about selling these products to the people that actually need them. It's just difficult for us in this country. You go downtown, when you ask for a simple medical equipment such as the bed, some other patient may like to enter a health setting and see equally what they've been familiar with in our country. Not every patient may like to sleep on a wooden bed in a clinic. When they come, I need my bed, head up, I need, stuff like that. Okay. Something decent. But when you go to ask for it on the market, it's so cost intensive. And I think everything boils down to the Ministry of Health. I have to put into place some regulatory mechanism to make sure that these things, when they are brought into our country, they are sold as government monitoring prices so that we can make use of them in our country. Liberia is not an exception to other countries around the world where these things are, and then people are purchasing them on a affordable basis. But for us, it's just so difficult for us. It's not easy.
Okay.
I think you consider my clinic, so
yeah.
The beds, try to change them, get new ones. Wow, the build I got from
your clinic is situated in a slum community, which I know. Now, you are just a single, health practitioner over there with a little staff. Little staff. With the influx of people that come to you every day for treatment, how do you cope with the situation?
Well, we had a very compact structure when it comes to our staffing. It just, we just have to work, before leaving, I had the day shift people, and I instructed them to do their best in my accent. And as people come in, we engage them on a timely basis, and we make sure that all our patients that enter the facility, they feel our presence, serving humanity.
Okay. The health sector, again, Liberia in general, looking at our health sector in Monrovia is challenging. Those in the rural parts are also people who work from distances to receive treatment. Sometimes they get to those centers, those health centers. It's not easy for them. They just go there, and sometimes they don't get treatment at all. What do you think in Liberia we need to do in making sure that we improve the sector when it comes to health? Looking at the country in general.
And so I wanted for us to retrograde a little bit.
Yeah.
2023,
Mhm.
there was this system, the supply chain system. And I mean, before 2023, I was still around in the health center, but a little bit,
Mhm.
not with the capacity that I'm bearing now.
Okay.
We used to go at the ministry, and then we sign document, go to GFK, collect drugs, take it back to our destinate, our
Mhm.
clinics, and then work with them. But as time went, the ministry, with that little effort by then, all we used to do, sit in the clinic, and then you receive a call. Hey, on the road there, the ministry car is there.
Mhm.
They brought supply for the clinic. And then sometimes we got people in the community, let's go and collect the community drugs, let's go and collect the clinic drugs. We used to walk out there and collect the drugs. But time went by,
Mhm.
prepping all the closing of Madam Ellie Sally Johnson tenure, that entire system, the supply chain, taking the drugs to the people. I mean, last year it came to closure, and we had Joshua Labure, which of course, we never saw those again. My clinic, our clinic did not witness such supply, and now again, we are fixing another administration. We are experiencing a downward slope in the supply chain system. Again, our clinic is not being blessed to experience government pressing when it comes to supply chain. So those people that work these things with the hope that they are going to the clinic to receive medication at an affordable cost. When you get there, the government is not supplying the entity again. The entity have to pay staff. The entity have to pay other revenues to government. And then the entity trade within, whatever it may be, or have entity trade in medicine, right? Yeah, beside the NGO, the trade in medicine. And so just giving out the medicine that's supposed to bring income to the facility is a challenge. But equally so, once you are receiving supply from government, the people that are coming to access the facility, they receive hope that yes, indeed, I'm getting a service. So it is our prayer and hope that government really
go back to
beyond
it.
the lines and see these challenges, and go back on the path of 2023 back then, do the same thing, so that our people can once again receive hope in the health system.
Okay.
Because when you go to a clinic and then no medication, no supply, because no money, and nobody catering to you, it's a challenge.
Okay. CEO, do you have a question?
Oh, let's change gears a little bit. Let me ask you, as an owner for a practice or clinic, what are some of your criteria when it comes to your nurses that are in place or are taking care of patients? How do you evaluate their credentials and their practice to make sure that they
Thank you. Okay. Basically, we have this lesson practice practitioners and lesson practice practitioners, as well as other supporting staff. The lesson practice practitioners are the one who handle patients, treatment, management, and what have you. Then the supporting staff we have, they carry on other utilities, activities such as cleaning the environment, switching on lights, and doing other things. That's one of the basic criteria we use to carry on our day-to-day activity at the clinic level.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, in essence, those that are working there, uh, yes, they're working, but I mean, some, especially the licensed practitioner, they're qualified to work at your clinic.
Sure, sure, sure.
Okay. Then the other one, they
Yeah,
just
so that's supporting
the
staff.
supporting
Yeah,
staff.
so
They
clinic
carry on
have,
maintenance.
yeah, the clinic have two body of people,
Okay.
nursing practitioner, supporting staff, and at time we have intern students that go there, work in conjunction with the school to teach some student on sport activity before getting back to their classroom to
Hmm. So they come at the clinic there sometimes to do their internship.
yeah.
Hmm. Wow. Okay. It's like, see, you still want to add up? Or
Jeff, Mr. Kia backstage. He wants to enter in studio. So
oh, okay, let me bring him on. Yes, he's on now. Mr.
Yeah.
Andrew here. How is it
Yeah.
now?
I've been having some technical issue I've been in, and I'm not tech savvy, so I've been struggling. But it's nice hearing you guys. I've been monitoring from another end. Um,
Okay.
but I just want to thank you guys so far as to the presentation on in studio. Dr. Pratt, again, I want to welcome you.
Okay.
Can you hear
Yeah,
me
sure.
well?
Yeah. I'm getting you loud and clear.
Uh, I met you guys in the middle of the discussion. I think the program is almost at the end, but there are a few things I just wanted to ask. Um, you will agree with me that the Liberian healthcare uh, delivery is really in crisis, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Now, you and I do not have all the answers. I am not a medical practitioner. I'm a beneficiary of the healthcare services that is in Liberia, and like any Liberian for that matter. So will not be a better expert or an expert opinion to be able to give a way forward. You happen to be one of those who is fully into this, into the healthcare delivery system. Uh, with that said, it's been a challenge even to get others to come and be able to clarify issues to the Liberian people. There are several persons listening to you in studio this evening. Um, what is the what hope can you give these people? I know you are in the business. You are a businessman. Then you are a medical doctor, a medical practitioner. But what is the hope you can give the Liberian people listening to you, the common man who is out there, who's struggling? There were comments that were made in the past where others say, look, I prefer to stay home and die than to go to the hospital. When you hear some of these comments, it's, they speak volume as to where we are and how critical things are in our own country. The Ministry of Health has gotten a lot of proposals, a lot of recommendations, and you are in the field working. What sort of hope can you give the Liberian people in collaboration with the Ministry of Health, that people can sit home and listen and say there is some hope in our own healthcare delivery system?
And so, thanks for that question. It's a very brilliant question, and it's not a yes or no question. But let me just go directly to it. Mine very self, I am a beneficiary of Collective Health Delivery System 2014 at my website when I got uh, infected by the Ebola virus. I went to the ETU, and it was being operated by the Liberian government. There I got treatment, and today I'm in studio. And so out there again, I want to use this platform to inform the Liberian government through the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare to continue their collective effort. We all know that there will be and there are challenges, but the purpose for which the Ministry was funded keep the health and the sanity of all people, more especially in the bordering lands of Liberia. We have to work towards it. And to the general public there, when you are ill, I understand, other people may say, one of the things I've captured in recent time is that this spiritual healing. Majority of our population now prefer going to
The herbalist.
the herbalist and the religious healer rather than
The health.
setting. Reason best known to them, but I feel we are posted at all times, both at hospital level and clinic level, to make sure that once you come with your ailing condition, we provide that necessary national protocol to provide health delivery services for you. I mean, trust in the health system, though there are challenges, but at least when you are ill, when you go there, the little medical resources that are available, the little medical supply that are available, we make sure we substitute drugs for drugs and provide care for whatever condition. Believe in the health system of our country, believe in our hospital, and make sure that when you are ill, your neighbor is ill, take them to the clinic, take them to the hospital to seek that care. One of the things I have experienced over time, because we have a little community-based clinic, when patients come there, sometimes when we find the condition very heavy for us, overload, when we place referral in their hand, go to Redemption Hospital, go to JFK. Sometimes they burst in tears. Oh, you are sending me to JFK, you are sending me to Redemption. They are definitely going to tell me no bed. And I say, wow. But the little clinic that we are operating here, we doesn't have an O2 supply. We don't have blood bank here. But there, those things are available. So in case of any transition of your illness, they can manage your condition. So you have to go there. But our people out there are losing hope. They are losing trust in our bigger facilities. So we have to do our best. I mean, we have to go out there and educate our people. Education should be one of our focus in this era, to educate our people that when you are ill, you have a diarrhea, you have chronic illness, go to hospital, precisely to the hospital, your sickness and your condition can be resolved. But the challenge is not easy. We have to do it together. It is not the ministry one responsibility. Radio stations, you guys need to organize or promote, educate our people, because we are diving into another direction. Like I can see out there, it's not easy. We are having an interaction with the people on a daily basis. Their trust in our health system is diving down to different direction. We have to rebuild that confidence that we had before. When I was a child in Maryland County, whenever we were ill, our route was JJ Dawson. I never knew anything like, going to seek that religious healing mentor, going to the herbalist for sore on my leg. All we used to do, walk up the hill to JJ Dawson, and then we took our injection, though we used to be afraid of people in white. But the confidence was there. But nowadays, the confidence is dying down slowly. We need to rebuild and reinvigorate our effort to make sure that people believe and trust our health delivery system. That's what I feel.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Jeff, invite the audience in studio in case anybody wants to ask or be part of the conversation too. So
for those of you viewing us of Facebook and YouTube. If you want to make a point or you want to be a part of the show, you can just let us know and we will bring you on. You can also come through our WhatsApp line plus 231 886 681198. Those of you who want to be part of the show, plus 231 886 681198. That is if you want to make a point, you want to ask a question, or you're a medical practitioner as well, you're following the show, you can also just dial that number and we will have you on so that you too can make your input on the show this evening. This is Conversation with the Vision Bearer Kia Communications Network, and we're here on 95.9. And of course, Mr. Andrew Kier, the CEO, Mr. Christopher Kier. Our guest today is a medical practitioner, Julius Pratt. He's the CEO or the ORC of the St. Paul British Community Clinic. He's been on the phone, but he's in studio today, so you can make your input. Mr. Kier, Andrew, you want to add up?
Sure. So it's Dr. Pratt, right?
Yes, Dr. Pratt.
Yeah, Dr. Pratt, I'm proud of what you're doing. Another concern I just wanted to ask. Now it's difficult to find people like you, taking up that stand to say, "Let me come in studio and make some clarifications." Governments have come and gone. The government on the ground is one of the governments that I believe in, and I'm very, very certain. That's why you find people like you maybe coming to also make yourself very clear. With that said, have you had any challenges where probably you try to be more public to explain a couple of things and just for the health education or the challenges that we are facing the health sector? Have you been approached by maybe government officials or others that you try to bam off the government?
No, relatively. I've been working with, let me just share this little scenario. I've been working along with LNDC, though we had a tough time, the clinic and LNDC staff inspecting body when they went to the clinic the other time, amidst the challenges that we had, it was like, hey, we close the clinic. And so I called the team and said, hey, but I think when you come here, you should be making suggestions to us, and what to do and how to, because we are providing services to the public, right? And we understand that we have a guideline, scope of function, but don't just come here and threaten us. And then before going, they left us with that suggestion. Look, you guys have to do this, make sure you make this play a comfortable area, next time when we come here, when these things are not done, so when they left, the closure is that, we were able to put our building in order. Mr. Jeff went there, and when he went there, I was amazed with his comment. He said, oh, man, the entire area is, little bit glittering. What's that? What's the source? So I said, wow, at least people came from the ministry and they, work along with us to make sure we set this basic. Contrary to the bad mobbing issue, we realize that, when people are giving function, when you are giving the respective function to take care of the society, take care of the health sector, don't just be in your AC office, your AC car. You have to go on the field. Make people to know that what they are doing, it belongs to the country, right? Because when an alien come and get ill in our area, in our catchment area, and say, oh, let me go and visit St. Paul British Community Clinic. Let's just assume that there is a man who is passing through, going to neighboring country, Sierra Leone. Their first time accessing medical attention in Liberia, and they're having to be that particular clinic. They go there and they see that things are not in order according to the guideline set by LNDC. that person will take your service, but when they go back to their country, they say, "Oh, well, I went to Liberia and ready. The clinic I went to is not in place." So I'm using this time now to applaud the people at LNDC. I want to tell them thank you for their fee inspection. We hope of seeing more of that kind, but it should be an interactive, stuff. It should not always be like threatening to close the facility, but equally so telling the facility owner what to do to keep the ball rolling. We have to work together. And I believe that I want to use this time to say thanks to the CEO of this entity by giving us the opportunity to come and voice out our voices to help and add up on what is occurring out there. We are not, here to badmouth government. We are not here to preach anything that is anti-government policy. But what we are doing, what we intend to do, is to inform the government about happening and to put the government on track. Like for instance, I had a debate with a fellow in my community. He said government is a continuity. I know that government is a continuity because I just wanted to deviate from the discussion. And I said, no, government is not a continuity, because if government is a continuity, what previous government was doing before leaving government, leaving administration, when the other government comes, they should do the same thing. And we had that argument just to trigger out idea. I said, we had this supply chain stuff that were in tight, but nowadays the supply chain is in a shadow mood. It's in a shadow mood. People out there, we are not getting those things again. When I tell you, I usually do a coding when I sitting in my facility there. Some other bypasser bring this medical supply to market. Sometimes you go to pharmacy to purchase some of those very material that government used to supply. Government, they will say there's a scarcity. We are not getting this supply again. But other bypassers are selling those things, like the RDT. When you see on it, they will say not for sale. Definitely it's government supply product, but it's on the market. Government is not supplying all those things. People are selling it. How does that happen? Though we are not here to badmouth government, but lots have to be done so that the system can smoothly operate. I think that's the right thing to do, but not to feel that we are badmouthing.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was actually making that point also, Doc, because where we find ourselves, what the station is doing, what this foundation is also doing, is to be able to lift those concerns that affect our people, so that even their healthcare, their healthcare cannot be undermined. And for somebody like you who has been not only a business person but also involved in the healthcare delivery system, I think you do, not I think, but you do want to see something good coming out of how best our people can be served when it comes to healthcare delivery. Sometime back, I was reading an article that was written by one patient, I think her name is Patient Blair Atto. She's the executive director, I think, for women and children empowerment in Liberia. And the lady highlighted a lot of issues, a lot of appeals, and addressed some of these things to the Ministry of Health. And that was in just September 2004. And just what you were talking about was some of the issue. There is this disorganization and unprofessional behavior that she talked about also that is affecting the health care system. She talked about where healthcare environment is often marked by this disorganization and unprofessional conduct, and that affect the quality of healthcare. Can you speak a little bit of that you have been able to experience also in your service delivery?
Okay, when you talk about this organization of health delivery services care provider
Mhm.
is always a talking point, when it comes to the laboratory scenario. Majority of our patients will come there, they say, oh, when I walk into the clinic with my hearing condition, the the nurse is directly on her Facebook, is on her social media page, and is not paying attention to me.
Mm.
And when I listen to my Phoenix sister in the US, she a healthcare provider too. She tell me when I get to the hospital, we have a place where we place our phones. Once you are on GD,
Mhm.
you are given time out to go and glance at your phone. But while working, you are not allowed to handle phone. Think we have an open society where that is not implemented. But I mean, at some point of time, it causes a risk to our patients. You can be providing care for the patient at the same time you want to pay attention to your phone, doing things that are not necessary. You should be maybe in your PPE attending to your patient.
Mhm.
And sometimes this patient is being affected by a virus carrying agent. And at the same time, you are with the patient, they're playing with your phone, you transfer the virus or the bacteria to the phone, and later on, poor hygienic practices may cause harm to you or to all those that will interact with that particular device that you are playing with. So I believe that once it comes to these disorganized health practices, we need a protocol.
Yeah.
We need a national protocol that we all need. We need to graduate from that or ancient thought that people are liberty to do things. No, once it comes to the health sector, we need a reform. I think we need to put into place some national protocol, national practice, a hearing rule that we all need to live in this dispensation. No, we should graduate from that analog thought that people used to be doing before. We are in a modern stage now. We are in an AI stage. I think we need to work in part with other communities around us and we need a lot to do. But I just want to share the thought with you why I was discussing another issue. It came to my mind. The issue of medical supply,
Mhm.
it have to do with sometimes the medication, availability of medication. There was this patient that was brought to my facility and parents narrated of complaint. But then, while listening to the parents, it was believed that she was beaten by a rabid dog. But then they went in the community to this other community healthcare provider who was just, somebody sitting somewhere. And I know when dog bites somebody, animal bites somebody, they need
Mhm.
a rabies booster or rabies shot, anti-rabies dose. But instead, they gave this girl gentamicin according to one other sister. And then the girl later on, when the rabies started to react on her, they brought her to our facility. Looking at the load, we said no. She needed an immediate referral to go to Redemption Hospital.
Mm.
There she were. 3 days later, received a call from Redemption Hospital that the patient that you refer is no more. She
Wow.
died of rabies. May her soul rest in peace. But the system is still here. Government provide rabies injection. You understand me? I'm living in a slum community, Simport Bridge, where majority of the dweller cannot afford paying $1,000 for clinical bill, other services, and then you are giving a prescription to a patient for rabies injection that costs the common price you can get rabies injection for is 35 United States dollar a year in Liberia. And then you give her prescription for a dose of 4. And so you do 35 times 4 is sum up to something like 100 plus dollars. They cannot afford. So what is the ministry doing to make sure that these drugs are available for our people out there? What is the ministry doing? There are a lot of cases. People die from rabies. You go to Redemption Hospital. Refer more people. They have to do their own purchase. Some of them that can afford purchase, and then some that cannot afford. The story remain untold about the patient. So we have this challenge that we have to work out to make sure we find an amicable solution once it comes to these other conditions. Drawbacks. It's not an easy challenge in our health sector nowadays. Yeah. I cry tears, the other time for the patient.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, sir.
It's a lot. Chris, I know you guys have been discussing before I came in the middle.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So Doc,
Sure.
like I said in one of our previous discussions or on the talk show, the government in place is a government that I have a
Trust.
very, very sound confidence in, and especially the current Minister of Health is someone who has been a very progressive leader and now in charge of health, Dr. Boto. I foresee a major change in a positive direction for Liberia. So I am not, as much as I'm, his to see things happen in a more speedy manner. I trust a leadership that most of these concerns will be addressed. Having said that, um, what is your clinic relationship with the Ministry of Health? Or what would the Ministry of Health say about you if they were to ask about your clinic? The impact you've made in the society. What would they say about you? And my second concern would be what is the conversation being held with your fellow medical practitioner with the concerns that are ongoing in Liberia?
Dr. Julius,
Okay, thank you. What the ministry will say about my institution as it relates to the services provided. Walking into the studio, I received a call anyway. I received a call previously when I was told that the minister, the minister proper wanted to have a conversation with me, but I tried by all means to reach out, and then it was not positive. When I got up step here again, I received a call from the very number that called me previously, said, "Oh, the minister have been trying to get in contact with you, but I don't think it was positive. But tomorrow she will call you again." And then I received a second call from Senator Dabla.
Okay.
Yeah. Dawa Vapela, Senator of Grand Cape Branch.
Okay, and she said she's on a health committee, and then she would like to get in contact with me. So I think we are moving somewhere, and your platform have made our voice to be heard by stakeholders in the society. And so I think the government is waiting. Like you said, the government that you have high regard for, with responsible people who like to listen to the cries of their people at all levels, no matter what the level of the institution. Our institution is providing health service and is a very little community-based institution. To receive a call from the minister and also a senator on health committee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think we are moving in the rightful direction, and I think the government now will listen to our cry and make sure that when we meet to discuss or we move in a direction to deliver health services and a positive one for the community. Uh,
Yeah.
to the concern of my fellow health practitioner, everybody have similar craft. There are challenges out there. Everybody have similar craft. There are challenges out there. Things that we used to receive from the government before. You know, into the supply chain system, something used to happen when you have this stockpile medication and you realize that the expiration is closer, you send that supply to the nearby clinic. And so at time, the closest clinic will call your clinic number and say, hey, God, do you have this S drugs in store? No, I have not received supply for a couple of time and it's not there. Oh, we too, we have not received supply and we have shortage of this. Like for instance, I just narrated the story of the rabies uh, affected patient. And before sending this patient, the drug was not available, and we had a place called to nearby facility. And they too, they said, oh, to get that drug is very scarce, so we don't have it. Sending a patient to Redemption again, uh, Redemption have to do a prescription for the family to do a purchase. I do understand that when somebody is monitoring this show from Redemption Hospital, they can prove me wrong if this rabies injection is in stock, because I was told by the family that they gave them prescription and they told them time to go and get these drugs administered to the patient before tonight they got her demise. So we have to work together, we have to work together, and the cries are multiple out there. Majority of our people continue to say, hey, the availability of drugs nowadays is scarce. When you go to pharmacy today, you buy a can of paracetamol. Tomorrow you go to make a Porsche. The price is escalating on a daily basis. I don't know who really responsible to do the price monitoring system in our country when it comes to pharmaceutical product. It's a challenge. It's a challenge. Today you buy particular type of drugs. Tomorrow you go there again. It's an absolutely different price, and it just yeah.
Okay. All right. So see, I just Mr. Kia, I just want to let you know that right now we have 1,200 person watching already. They joined the live. They view us right now. So for the first time, it's good. All right. So we're here, and the general has just joined us. He's been working, doing some technical work in the background. General, welcome to the show. You're muted. You are muted. You are muted.
You still muted, my man.
Muted. Muted. I said twice.
You don't come with
We're not hearing you. You're muted, General.
You got a complete catalogue of duplicate.
Okay, I'm on now,
Yes, you're on.
I'm trying to use a new microphone now.
Oh, okay. I knew you were doing something.
Yes, man, the computer refused to come on today. But anyway, we're happy that we see the numbers, and I see and Ruth Samuels and Tamba Augustine watching us live on YouTube.
Yes.
When you go there, you can see these names.
You can see
and
them.
please, if you're listening to us, just go to YouTube. I know it's not an easy thing for the data in Liberia. And also share the video and follow us on Facebook, follow us on YouTube. You can subscribe, but you got to sign into YouTube to subscribe. But just go to Kia Network on Facebook and you will see everything that is going on. And also follow us on the radio. So we are live on radio right now. And Doc, I want to say thank you very much for coming in today. I was talking to Jefferson when he was at the clinic, and you are doing good. And it's not an easy thing, because we interviewed one of the guys, and he said his bill is $50. He got to register. But yes, the fact is that it's expensive, and you are doing your best. I saw your generator was down, and everybody just going in and out. It's a community thing. I want to say thank you very much, because you got to feed your people, you got to support your staff, you got to do this. So, guys, it's not an easy thing. And one of the questions again we asked the other day, and I think someone still asked the question. And so you are telling us that since the George Weah time, the past government, you have not received penny from the
No,
government like to
since Malam
subsidize.
Salif, since Malam
No,
Salif,
because
I think
no,
Joseph
when
Salif.
Salif they were receiving, and
Yeah,
then from there
yeah, since Salif
they
now he
say
not
there's
receiving.
no money and there's nothing. So how you been managing? How you manage? How you do it?
And so again, like I said, the institution, we have some other friends, like Sir Joseph, who have this medical team, have given us some other medical supplies for some period of time now that have not been. And some other people reach out to the facility, give some financial contribution, like a scenario where this police, this guy, the corporate was arrested by police, and then some point of time he decided to escort the police station. He went into the community without closed, and so the angry mob went on him, beat on him, he went off, and the police again took him to the facility. We treated him, and so we generated his medical bills and sent it to the police that brought him. The police said, "Oh, let's try to call the parents of this guy." When they called the parents said, "Oh, we cannot pay his bill because when police arrested him, he was well, he worked with the police." But again, when police brought the guy to the facility, he was like in shock. He was, demand shock, and we have to work out to make sure that he come to the normal self, and we generated a bill that absolutely nobody to pay to present. Later on, when they settle up with their community engagement, and then what we received was a commitment letter again that we will pay this money. And the guy who wrote the letter, I believe, they said he went to Sierra Leone to present. The letter is saying in our possession. So the challenges are right on us. You got God's God's bandage, you got suture material, you got to pay staff, you got to do other responsibility. It's not just easy. But again, there's a particle saying that say what you can do for your country rather than what your country can do for you. I believe it's originated from the US. And we just
Okay,
have to, yeah.
Dag, you're right. And Sir Joseph, one of the person who I know have contributed a lot when it comes to hospitals in Liberia, because he got his sponsors in America that help him, and he took doctors to Liberia before. And there's a question on the board here. I know people will ask you this question, but I don't want to answer for you. It
Yeah.
said, with all the help you are being receiving from the NGO and government, the clinics stay expensive to the community. How much do you charge for malaria treatment?
Okay, basically for malaria treatment, because the malaria treatment we do RDT, and RDT test we charge our patients $150 to do the RDT test, and then we
It's a Liberian dollar.
yeah, $150 to do the RDT test, the malaria test. We charge 150, and then we give sometimes the ACT, the strip of the ACT at our facility, we give it for $600, because sometimes when we go to buy in the pharmacy, they sell it to us 500, sometimes 450, depends on the source. So at our facility, we give it for 650, and then you maybe take your PCM, which of course doesn't cost $50. And in a general tune, when you are treating malaria, maybe you pay less than $1,000 or $1,002 150, yeah, for malaria treatment.
Well, I want to believe that because 150 is less than $1 US, and I wish
Mhm.
we were
Wow.
paying $1 US in America for
Oh
such.
yeah, it's okay. Laugh.
I wish we were
You
paying, but I
laugh.
know it's not an easy thing. Liberia people, when you're listening to us, we know it's not easy. We sometimes blame clinics, especially private clinics. If you want
Mhm.
to blame the government hospitals, I will appreciate it. But private clinics, they're using their money to buy all the material. They're not manufacturing it. They got to buy it and bring it to you, almost like a man who's going to buy the bag of rice and can't sell it by cup. But we don't complain. But when it comes to hospital, we want it to be free. But these people are not getting nothing. So the best thing we got to help each other, take care of yourself and see how best not to get sick. But all these things we know, we're not going to hold you, sir. And we pray that what you're doing, just continue to do it. I saw your clinic, and because even if you're going to take money now to paint that whole place and clean it up and whatsoever, it's like you're
Mm.
spending money. So it's
Spending
almost like going to a restaurant. I got an air condition. The full price will be different. When you go to the Oma down the road and she right near some kind of office in the open, the price will be totally different. So we know all these things. So Liberian people, please let us not blame our people who got clinics, especially in the community. And today's Sunday, I was watching the video. I told Jefferson to go around, and I saw how the people are going in and out on Sunday. It's not an
Mhm.
easy thing, especially community clinics. And see, do you have anything to add on that?
Well,
Yeah.
Andrew, you want to come here?
yeah,
Andrew. Yeah.
Go
I
ahead.
know. I know he was talking, and before the general came in and decided to bring more fire into the holster. So, but I want to really commend the guests in studio, and especially I'm very very I'm impressed with his just his role as a medical practitioner in Liberia,
Yep.
and I wish we will have more of you in the country. Though it may be, I mean, it's a business, and anybody could have a business, but that's a major step forward that you are doing in your own country, and we ask other medical practitioners to join you to see exactly how we tackle healthcare delivery services in Liberia. And listening to you earlier, especially with the calls that you've gotten from other government officials, we pray. I mean, we hope that all goes more positive, and everything that we are doing here on this platform is to lift concerns, so that even if government was not looking right or looking left, and we can bring that in the middle so that all of us can see exactly what we can deal with, is exactly what you are doing. In the future, as you engage in a government official, be it Senator Vapla, be it Dr. Boto, these are great people that I have known before, and that it is all for the good of our country. It is all for the betterment of our society in terms of its health delivery services. So let's hope for the better, and we'd like to see you more coming up here, and other colleagues of yours in the field, you guys will be able to simplify these challenges to our own people who are going through the difficulties. Trust me, I mean, the fact that I can hear people say, I mean, I prefer to stay home and die than to go to the hospital. Those are
Yeah.
those are major concerns that should always, every time I think about that, it speaks to my soul, and it should speak to all of you who are in the field as medical practitioners, be it the minister of health, be it the minister, be it the senator on health, and the government as a whole. President Joseph Yima Boycott is like a father to me. He's a leader who came on the scene that I do believe that will make a difference. The Rome was not built in a day. The government has just gone for a year. Let's put the government to test more and more. And you're just one of those town criers that should be able to live the concerns, and raise the issues, so that they become working tools. They become issues that government and Ministry of Health can look at. If the society of Liberia can be well, its workforce will be well. And that's what we are more concerned about. And our people who health is of concern, if they are not well, the Ministry of Health has failed. And we don't want the government to fail. We don't want the Ministry of Health to fail. Others may see it differently and say, "Oh man, you guys are talking things and try to maybe undermine the government." No, every discussion that is being held in the past and present and other media institutions, all of these things are actually intended to lift those concerns so that government can add more speed to the approach and how best to be able to serve our people. I believe if we do all of these things, that who are in studio, I believe it's not going to be more of a stress just on you. It'll be something that we will better handle, and our society will be well tomorrow. I want to thank you. Don't stop there. Be a guest on this show all of the time. Let's see how best we can all discuss these things and help our own society.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And CEO, you got something?
Yeah, let me add on to what Andre just said. You being a paragon of health, we just want to say thank you for coming on the show today. We've been trying to get you in studio for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like you said, this station is not meant to actually defame or criticize the government in any shape or form. It just means that the Liberian people, they need to know what's actually going on in the healthcare system that we are part of. There's a lot of trepidation when it comes to the Liberian people credibility with the healthcare system, the current healthcare system. It needs to be some immense improvement over time, from previous administrations to the present. If we want to get ahead to where we want to be or what we foresee ourselves as a nation, to get to where we want to see our healthcare to become part of the modern healthcare society, we have to do better as a nation. So this platform is actually meant to inform the public and also put the government's feet to the fire and say, listen, there are things that need to be done. I mean, we're not here to criticize you, but we want you to actually be aware of the situation in the country.
Yeah.
So we cannot, I don't think it will be fair to us as panelists or people on the show, seeing that people not having actually the good healthcare benefits in Liberia, and we sit here in the United States or other part of the world and think that things are okay. So thank you so much for coming on. We want to say Kia Humanitarian Foundation will give you a donation towards your clinic and for coming on today. This should be the
Wow, thank you, CEO.
beginning of many appearances to come on the show, especially when healthcare is being discussed. I want to say thank you for your time you took to come in studio today. So, in other words, let me just, if we want to do better as a nation, we have to start from the top. The clinics are just the minute aspect of what actually to be done. The ministries, the health ministry, the hospitals, those are the strategic areas where the changes need to come from. Clinics are just people that distribute the healthcare services, in the communities. So you're doing good. Keep doing what you're doing, and we'll all help to make it better. Okay. Thank you so much. And looking forward to seeing you many times.
Thank you, CEO.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, CEO, and we appreciate it. Maybe we'll put some facelift in our clinic, and we got to go there too. When we visit, we got to go and check
Some malnutrition.
But anyway, that's a good thing, and we'll get to you. And also, if you have any announcement in that area, we will be free to work along with you, because we know you got to get paid, but at the same time, you're not turning anybody back. You stay accepting that. I was impressed today when I saw the amount of people that got. I thought first that was service.
That's why the guy who got hit, that man was bleeding. He was in a pool of blood when I got there.
Yes. So thank you for what you're doing. People who work in this field, we don't know how to say thank you. But again, thanks to the Kia Humanitarian Foundation and everyone. And everything the CEO does is it will benefit us anyway. Well, let's go to the phone line. We're going 1 hour 24 minutes. Let's hear from our people, and we please stick to the topic. And if you have anything, any suggestion, any input, anything you want to add on, you can call this number that running under there. And Jefferson, put the number up again. I think it's still
Yeah,
there.
so the numbers are up there. For those of you who just joined, let me announce the numbers. The local lines are those of you here in Liberia: 0770 573 477, 0770 573 477, 0881 871 670, 0881 871 670. The international line +231 886 681198 on your screen already, +231 886 681198. Again, the local lines are 0770 573 477, 0770 573 477, 0881 871 670 are the numbers you can use to be a part of the conversation. Today we have a medical practitioner, Julius Proud. He's been on the phone, but he's in studio today. And of course, we've had wonderful conversation. It's time that we interact with you. Let's hear you. You are a health practitioner. You're in the health sector. Maybe you want to speak out, but sometimes it is not that you go against the government, but it's just to speak the reality, to these present issues when it comes to our health, related materials. So these are the things we're talking. Eric Purvis is also there. And I think Mr. Andrew Kia, I think Eric was asking you, he said to our brother who saying the government will do well and that they just 1 year. My question is, what have they done to improve health in the first year? I think he was just asking you.
Yeah.
But we got calls coming in now. Can I take the
I will
calls?
answer you later.
Okay. Good evening. Mohammed Keren.
We can hear him.
Mohammed, are you getting in now? Go ahead.
Good, yeah.
It's very low.
So you got somebody on the screen say they're following from Lofa County, Virginia. Y'all know what that is?
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
watching us live Facebook. Yeah.
Wow.
Virginia.
That's great. That's great.
Is the person on the line there? What happened?
Yeah, he's on the line. I don't know why he's Mohammed.
Okay, let him try again. Let somebody else.
So yeah, you can maybe shift a little bit and you call back. Yeah. Okay. 07. Yeah. Yeah. So Eric asked you a question. Mr. Andrew here. So he asked, what has the government done to improve the sector in the first year?
I know that's a very good question. I know, right? I don't currently I don't live in Liberia, but I'm one of those who was of help in terms of the kind of government that we want to empower. It is there now. All is not going to be right, and all is not going to be wrong. What I can assure you is that the first year, I know it's been a very challenging time, but the doctor in studio, who is also not only a beneficiary, but also a partner in progress with the government, could also be able to clarify a few things that have been done. I'm not on the ground to give you a checklist.
Mr. Kia, can I take this person?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Yes, good evening. You're like, can you hear him, CEO?
Probably
Yeah,
maybe you can relay the question.
You are still low. I don't know. You're still, go ahead.
Well, we cannot hear him. I think
Probably
you hear him, but we can't hear him.
They're still not getting you.
No,
We got the feedback.
but we're not hearing him.
Please turn off your. I don't know. You have to. I don't know. What is happening? Let me see if I can get it like this. Let me get
Somebody
this way.
on the
Good
line.
evening. Let me try this one. Good evening. Is it better now? The feedback, we get the feedback. Please lower your monitor. Go ahead. Is it okay? You getting him? We're getting feedback, but please walk away from the monitor. We're getting feedback, please. Yeah, you can go ahead, Mr. Kia.
Yeah. So like I was saying, when you have a leadership that give you the listening ear, that's the first beginning. This is a government. I mean, you can call me wrong or right, but it's a government that is prepared to listen. And so I am not a mouthpiece. I'm not a mouthpiece of the government, but like Ellen said,
That's the guy who asked the question, I think, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Eric Travis. He's in the
oh,
US there. Eric is there.
Eric, if you're listening to me, I think one of my witnesses will be the doctor in studio. Um, he's working with even that freedom to be able to engage. That's the first step. When you have an enabling environment, it gives you room to know exactly what the hopes looks like. And so the current
Okay.
government is a government that is listening. It might
Yeah,
be
I think
giving
I think we have a call. Good evening. Can you hear him? Yes, I'm getting. Can you hear him, CEO?
No, we're
we're
not
hearing
hearing him.
him.
So the connection is from your end. But let the man ask the question and then you can
Yeah,
explain
go ahead.
it.
They can relay your question.
Mr.
Yeah, let
Robert,
the
got
man.
it. Go ahead, Robert. Okay. Okay. Is that all? Okay. Thank you so much.
What was the
So,
question?
yeah. Go ahead. It's a private clinic. Go ahead.
Yeah, what the lines are low.
Yeah, I don't know what the lines are all over.
Check your audio, man. Check your stuff. You're play that thing too much too.
Okay.
That problem is not from the people, it's from us.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Let me
Well,
get
at
this
least
person. Good evening. Yes, good evening. Your name and where you call from? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. You're live now. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we gotta take other people. Okay. For I. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Let me get this person. Oh, it went off. 0770. We'll take two more calls and then we'll call it a day. 0770 573 477. 0770 573 4770 881 871 670. The international line plus 231 886 681198 are the numbers you can use to be a part of the conversation here with the vision bearer. All right. So while we are with the course,
Yeah, this is actually to just summarize what we're talking about. I think Mr. Kia, did you finish answering the question they asked you?
No,
Go ahead.
No, as I was just saying, I don't need.
How can you personally though? So
Eric is on the line, Mr. Kia.
Very good. Let Eric come on.
Okay.
Eric, welcome to the show. You're getting him?
No.
Okay, let me use it this way. Yeah, Eric, go ahead. Go ahead, Eric. Yeah, you're live. Go ahead.
What Eric, what are you saying? Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, we got what Eric is talking about. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Eric.
No. we're almost out of time. No. We almost okay, we'll have you as a guest panelist on the show.
And
Okay,
so
Eric.
let,
Okay,
let
Eric.
me
Thank you
just
so
add
much.
to,
Thank you, Eric. Yeah.
yeah.
So
If
go ahead.
Eric is listening, if Eric is further listening, I was just listening to him, and I understand the concerns. What I was also trying to drive at is that the problems are fully known to the government. And when you see us discussing these issues on such a platform like this, is to lift those concerns and gaps that we have in the healthcare service delivery. And I'm looking forward to a day that you will have maybe the senator on health or the minister of health to sitting. Now you have the doctor in studio. These are people who are who are in touch with the day-to-day concerns and the challenges that we have in the society. By way of discussion and as to what we are doing is to also let you know how concerned we are and how we want the problem to be solved. Now, what are we trying to also push is to avail onto government that these are the gaps. I know you have a lot of competing priorities as a leadership, but these are things that you have to be more concerned about. So when you hear us talking this, and I'm also coming from another perspective to say, government is good. I believe in this government. I am not in any way trying to serve as a mouthpiece of the government, but also as a partner to the government that we will definitely hold you accountable. We'll hold your feet to the fire and making sure that the Liberian people concerns are addressed. So for Eric and the rest of us, I mean, the rest of Liberians that are listening to us, this is an opportunity in collaboration with even the doctor in studio that we are a partnership to the government to making sure that let's live these concerns and engage these concerns to solve them so that Liberian people can be well served. To have a checklist as to what government has done, Eric, I don't have that checklist, but I would think that in subsequent time when the minister come, they will be able to give you, what you call checklist by checklist to know where they've gone. I don't work for the government, but I believe in the government and I believe in you, Eric. I believe in everyone to see how we can all work together and solve the problem in our country.
Okay, and we have said it all. And if is the line still open, we're not going to go over 2 hours. We're going
we
1
should-
hour
should be
42
okay.
minutes.
We
And
started late too, so that's why
We
we're
started very late.
closing now. So
yeah, 1 hour 42 minutes. I want to say we're sorry for the late.
I think the
Late
doc
less.
to say something.
Yeah,
Who's
no,
that?
the
Yeah,
doctor
let's
will
go
say
back to the
something.
doc. We're not finished yet.
Okay,
Let's go back.
like the question have been, what have the government done?
Yeah.
Let me just learn a few things,
You see?
like mine alma mater, which have to be one of the fundamental hub for producing bulk of our students who participate in the dispensation of health expertise out there. The Tottenham National Institute of Medical Arts,
TNIMA.
TNMA.
Yeah.
When I was in that school, there was certain portion of the school. I mean, you would never like to go there because it was almost like I don't know, a dumper or whatever. But to my ultimate surprise, one of my colleagues who is schooling there, I was going through his phone and I saw this renovation. I asked him, what place is this? And he told me, oh, the government renovating TNMA. I said, wow, that would be a good plus for this government. And so, time in, time out, that building, that school used to be, a deplorable setting, but the government is doing well at renovating it. And then when you go to the Pipeline Hospital, the Pipeline Clinic there on the maternity ward, again, government went there, they left their hand mark there. And this, providing the health delivery services, and then you are not feeding the presence of government monitoring arm.
Okay.
Is another thing again, because without that, people will just sit in their various clinics, in their hospitals, and just do whatever they feel. But nowadays, I mean, everybody in their clinics, in their hospitals on the watch for LNDC. I think it is this administration that put them on their feet. Before then, I mean, we only used to carry registration fees to LNDC without their presence in the facility, but nowadays they are always there, making sure that things are done. So I think the government is trying. Wherever we found out that they are coming short, we will voice it out. We are not any more peace for them.
Yeah, I mean, I think the frustration, the outcry, frustration and intonation from the audience is based on the fact that the government can do better. That's all.
Yeah.
Sure.
So the government is making some strides, positive strides and stuff, but they can do better. That's all we're anticipating. That's all.
Let them carry the school cap up.
Right.
All right. And I think everybody's saying it all. And we appreciate you, Doc. Again, we say, and the station is open to you, and it's open to other doctors, other nurses who want to come on and say, give your input and give us some advices. We appreciate it. And by the grace of God, next week will be, but healthcare is a big thing. This problem been happening long ago. It's not an easy thing, but we'll have to break it down. Maybe we'll start to go into different sections of health. And I think we got to, because we're not going to end all the topics. We got sanitation. We'll come back to agriculture. We got to go back to education. So there's a lot of work we got to do. Someday we'll just sit up here and talk whatever we can say, because we try to hold the government to hold their feet to the fire. So we got to speak the truth. We're not criticizing. We just want things to be done. We're also going to hold the citizen responsible. We're going to have a day where we're just going to only and lash at the citizen and tell them, say, what are you doing to secure yourself? What are you doing? You get up in the morning, you wash your hands. When you eat, you wash your hands. Do you try to clean around your house? All these things will start. So it's not just one person. We all got to be able to work and help the government. Because if the government is good, we all will be good. And we can just, because if the government is good, what we're doing right now, we'll get some heads out from the government to help the government. But right now, we're deep, so it's not an easy thing. I want to say thanks again to the foundation, Kia Humanitarian Foundation. And I want to say thanks to Gary, the blogger, for trying to, he's our face right now. He's the ambassador of us for the Kia Communication Network. And I want to say thanks to everyone. I just don't know how to tell thank you, but thank you is the word, the best word you can ever tell. Give anyone. So let's just give our closing, and then we go on 1 hour 47 minutes. I don't want us to hit 2 hours, and then we can get out of here. So let's start with the CEO. We're going to give your closing.
No, I don't actually have anything new, but thank you, Doctor, for coming in the studio. Thanks to the Liberian people. Jeff, thank you for taking the time to come to bring the data in studio. General, Mr. Kia, thank you so much for being part of the discussion. The frustration of the Liberian people is actually coming from the government prioritizing healthcare. That's all, and the government is actually making some positive strides, as we have seen for the past year. But they need to do better to prioritize healthcare. If they prioritize healthcare, the trickle down effect will go. It goes to the clinics, and all the clinics in and around Monrovia or Liberia, they will do better. So. It needs to actually come from the top. So that's all we're trying to help to bring the awareness to the government to to do better. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, so let's hear from my brother and Andrew. Okay. And then when I finish, we'll just close it and we all can go. And the doctor can come in and give his last closing too.
The topic on health has been a going discussion in recent weeks. Every Sunday we're here to discuss a lot. We are not medical practitioners, but we are also of concern with respect to health. The concern of the Liberian people is something that we we definitely we are all concerned about. And so that's how you see us lifting most of these concerns. We want to commend the listening audience, especially my friend and brother Eric Pavis.
Eric said attacking
No,
you.
no, no,
No,
he's not
Eric, not
attacking.
attacking. Eric trying to hit some issues because when
Eric is
Oh, I thought you were saying because
I
Andrew said
know,
the government is
I know
attacking
Andrew
you.
giving his closing, but
yeah,
this is
Okay.
a very important thing Andrew just
yeah,
Eric just said. When they burn the place down, they allocated 1.8 million.
to go
But we
Yeah.
actually allocated. So,
yeah.
and
So
You said you said go here. Oh, you said I already left.
yeah.
So
So for listening audience like Eric, all of us are in partnership to see that our society become very well, a society that is healthy, especially with its workforce, shows a future and a prospects as to what we are capable of doing. If we are not well, we can't do anything. And so all of this is our concern. We want to also engage the government through this medium, on the need to elevate its funding to the health sector, because that's where it's very key. It's more of like a fulcrum as to the well-being of the people that you want to see work for the government and the society if they are not well. So funding in that sector to getting things well is very key. When it comes to the resource constraints, all of what we've been talking about, even the doctor talk about some of these issues. When you don't have these when you don't have this adequate funding in the sector, there are bound to be a lot of issues that you will never ever believe. So we hope that this become a wake up call. Of course, it has been of a wake up call to you. I heard also, like the doctor was saying in studio, some calls that he have gotten that Senator Vapla on health, and then the Minister of Health, the government itself, that we all can continue to give more listening ears and be able to work in that direction of how we can rescue our own society. Let us not pay deaf ears to the concerns that are being raised by people, because any attempt to do so will definitely compromise the well-being of our people. And that this government will not want to see. This is a government that I still believe in with all the challenges. I know they've gone 1 year, but they can do it. I know it. In another way, another thing I also wanted to say, well, I look forward to a time that we'll have other um, medical
analyst. Yeah.
professionals that will come and do the same like the doctor in studio to clarify to our people, just assure the listening public, assure the people that all is possible and all will be well. That's all we look for. Let's continue to
all
live
right.
these concerns. Let's continue to live them and see where we take our own country to.
Okay, Doc, you just give us 1 minute of a closing and then we can go.
Okay, for my closing statement is there are a lot of enabling factors that can impact Earth, like the CEO have just named one of the factors possible to pledging a donation to our facility that suffer severely from a lot of inability of availability of materials such as constant supply of electricity and other things. I want to say thank you to the CEO and also to our one of our caller that mentioned the need of our facility. We want to say thank you to him too and the Ministry of Earth. We want to say your focus is needed to make sure that you buttress the effort of all other clinics, including our clinic, to make sure that your supply chain is reinvigorated to include other clinic. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. And
Thank you.
just for a little fun, I saw this guy and I had an interview with someone very quick, just for a little fun. And we met down the road.
They don't have to worry
What?
about the books, the pencil, and whatsoever. Everything is paid in full.
This-
Recently, again, we saw another group of family that was going through hell, and the CEO, through the foundation, was able to make a contribution to.
That you be better?
The man injecting some comedy in the
I know, right?
So you see, that is what the foundation is all about. We want to empower people. We don't want to continue to give you. So there are a lot of projects that
Wow.
we're going through. So please let them work with us. Work with us. You work with us to help people. Share the video. Share our work, because we're on the internet to session. So whatever you do, if you help us, we can help other people. So all I ask, and you, Mr. Kishan, and our viewers, please,
Now you see. I got you.
Communication Network, where
That's the general talking to Mr. Kishan.
you can follow us on YouTube, on Facebook.
Oh, God.
Who's the other person that interviewed?
The general interview Mr. Kishan.
Okay, thank you, General. Thank you very much.
Can you imagine?
And he said it all. So please follow them on the Kia Communication Network, the Kia Humanitarian Foundation. You can go to Facebook.
Okay, guys, we gotta
you can
go.
to YouTube. You can go to Twitter.
Thank you very much.
You
And
follow
let
us.
us go.
Just
We
subscribe,
really need to
follow
waste
them,
time.
and like.
And that
So
is
the
what we
more
need
you
to do.
follow,
We have to
it
put
will,
fun into this
Facebook
thing.
will
And
expand it. Because
then
there are
we'll
other
see
people
more
out there
coming on. It will be
who,
on the network. We got to do everything
see
to
something
promote this
that
station.
will
It will be one of
benefit
the best. I can
you know what I'm
see
saying?
it.
So please
And
follow the
we
Kia
also got a
Network, the Kia
recommend or
Communication Network
commendation
on YouTube and
or
Facebook for
pat
the
on the
news,
back from the
entertainment, and
Minister
education.
of
So
Information
please
that our
follow them.
news,
Okay, General.
he's impressed with our news. You know, we're not too much into this politics, but at the same time, we will do what we're supposed to do as a network to give the news to our people. So Jefferson,
Yeah.
you can take it from there. And Mr. Kia and Andrew and Chris, I want to say thank you very much, guys. You can go enjoy your Sunday. It's not an easy thing to put the family aside. Like for me, after church, you got to do the program. You got to come this way, then you come on the line. But we got to do what we got to do. We can't stop it.
We have to
That's
start
the
on
sacrifice.
time. We have to start on time next week.
Yeah, please.
Strictly
Yeah.
on the dot.
Yeah, you know, we try. It's not an easy thing. I was on Jefferson back this morning. I know let this because it's not a secret. And we're talking about this time. And I was actually on time. Put my computer on, computer refused to come on. Everything went blank. Try. So, what's going on?
It's off the studio, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so we gotta go. Thanks to you again, folks, for always following us and thanks for listening. For those of you who follow on Facebook and YouTube, we appreciate for the 1,000+ followers. Let's do it together. Always, even on tomorrow morning, the Kia Morning Show will be on. Again, join us as we dive into politics. My name has been Jefferson. We are Dr. Julius was here, Mr. Andrew Kia, and the CEO Christopher Kia, and the comedian, the general. Thanks again to you for watching. Have yourselves a blessed Sunday and enjoy your Sundays on our side too.
Thank you.
I say, my people, you're not yet about the Liberian owned business called Jessita Incorporated, right on UN Drive in Clay Street.
Small. What kind of place business you talking about again? So
I'm talking about our own Liberian business called Jessita Incorporated, right down Clay Street before UN Drive intersection.
my man, tell me more about Jessita.
I say, my people, Jessita specializes in entertainment and delicious food soup. Local food like kabagi and all. They get European and Western dishes with all kinds of special finger food, man. And they can do free delivery for their customers. Not all. Jessita get one nice and decent guest house fully air conditioned with unlimited Wi-Fi services. The people motor are value for cheap, yeah, and are home far away from home.
Hey Jessita, that place like my meal spot now.
Call Jessita today on 0775 762 906. My Liberian people, let's promote our own Liberian business, Jessita Incorporated. It is the #1 stop center for your small operation. Are you looking for that special furniture or electronic appliance that give your home or office beauty? Now visit Cozy Home for the latest beds and desks, chairs and tables, or that special TV, air condition, or other electronic products for the best price in town. Cozy Home is on the 3rd Street Single opposite All Education Ministry with all that you're looking for. Call us on 0887 111 101 or visit us on the 3rd Street Single. Cozy Home, the best in town for furniture and electronics. Everybody pot ballin', my pot can ball.
When your pot not boiling, run down to Price Master to give that heat that will make it boil till it's really boiling.
Oh yes, Price Master is the solution to that boiling problem, bringing into Liberia high-quality American products for different needs.
At Price Master, we have life-saving drugs for that long-standing health complication. We are restoring life through the Price Master Drug Center on Camp Johnson Road for affordable prices or cost.
That's not all. Price Master has cosmetic, furniture, electronic, and other appliances for homes, schools, and offices. Price Master also got the baby's cover with nutritional food, water, toys, and many more.
Price Master is located at Camp Johnson Road and Perry Street intersection, or you can call us on 0886 552 304 or 0775 323 761, or better still WhatsApp us on +231 770 390 441.
Price Master, the master for all American food, medicine,